sun shakes sparks off a factory roof. Cornfields bow to a diesel hoof. Subway sighs in a canyon of steel. Harbor cranes pray to a turning wheel. From diner mugs to a courtroom bench. From river mud to a launch pad wrench. We raise the stripes with callous hands. Up chorus stitched from 1,000 lands. Hatred ain't fireworks in July. It's boots at dawn and a clear-eyed why. It's voting in rain and staying the men. It's building a bridge you wanna cross with friends. Hand on heart, sleeves roll high. Keep the promise, refuse the lie. Love a country not blind, not cheap. It's work we swear and vows we keep. Nurse hums, hymns on the night shift floor. Teacher chalks futures on a budget door. Welder's arc like a comet's tail. Coda ships fixes on a coffee rail. Ranger count rings in a falling pine. Farmer reads weather like a ticker line. Postal blues hit the mountain turn. Veteran breeze while the candles burn. We argue loud in the city square. Then sign together what we'll share. Freedom isn't a solo note. It's choir sheets and a common vote. A patriot's toolkit fits in the tote. Lunchbox ballad, a neighbor's coat. Facts for fuel, humility gears. We steer through rumor with volunteer ears. Hatred ain't fireworks in July. It's boots at dawn and a clear-eyed why. It's voting in rain and staying the men. It's building a bridge you wanna cross with friends. Hand on heart, sleeve rolled high. Keep the promise, refuse the lie. Love a country not blind, not cheap. It's work we swear and vows we keep. There's a chance with a drum of heat. Bayou braids where the cypresses meet. Prairie quilts in a harvest breeze. Redwood cathedrals among OCs. Bronx stoop cipher, Cascade snow. Beale Street brass where the blue notes glow. Highway diners with window hymns. Lighthouse gospel let the oceans ring. We honor the past but refuse to cage. We fix the chapter, not burn the page. Stars shine brighter when seams are healed. A flag is strongest when all are shielded. Call what's our compass when storms misguide. Respond. Truth is checked and hands allied. Call what's our armor when fear plays trick. Respond. Neighbors linked in civics bricks. Where's our future and who can build? Every craft, every mind, every field. Yeah. Samosa steam near apple pie. College waltz with a jambalaya. Yiddish jokes by a taco truck. Powwow drums where the city's stuck. Hijab in wind with a ball cap grin. Wheelchair ramps where the votes roll in. Temple bells, church choirs, Friday calls. Liberty echoes off many walls with not one saint, just many true. Braid in the red and the white and blue. The more we listen, the more we see. Freedom is plural, responsibility. Hatred ain't fireworks in July. It's boots at dawn and a clear-eyed why. It's voting in rain and staying the men. It's building the bridge you wanna cross with friends. Hand on heart, sleeves rolled high. Keep the promise, refuse the lie. Love a country not blind, not cheap. It's work we swear and vows we keep. Gold star frames on a mantle line. Guard at the tomb, keeping time on time. Coasty light on a riptide dog. EMT tape in the midnight spark. Union Hall coffee in thermos steam. Garage door startle with a restless dream. Library cards like golden keys. Park crews planting tomorrow's trees. We measure wealth by who stands tall. When storms arrive and systems stall, the richest flag is the one that shows 1,000 hands where the harvest grows. I pledge allegiance to the work we do, to the law we share and the honest view. Liberty stands when the least can stand, so widen the doorway and lend that hand. Strike that grill, let the kids spell free and spark recursive across the street. Toast the sweepers before the sun, the plows and lines that let days run. The flag's not cloth, it's a daily task. A question answered when someone asks, do you love this place I build, I learn? From sea to shining sea, we earn. Stars stay bright when we tend to flame. Patriot's a verb, America's aim. Hand on heart, sleeves up go. We make the promise, the next we'll know.
Street lights bow when she walks the block. Coffee steam rises like a chapel clock. G's on a lanyard, purpose and stride. Storm in the rib cage, harboring inside. Boardroom post in the thrift store fit. Baby on hip with a grand proposal wit. She makes the map while the road pretends. Turns cul-de-sacs into avenue ends.
This is for women who've been still soft. Raise whole cities with a whisper loft. Embrace the ballad, slab the stage. She edits the world line by line, page by page. Say her name like a sunrise. Vow, power in present, not someday or how. If the grid goes dim and the sirens call, she reroutes the power, lights for all.
First professor, mama with a coupon song. Math at the counter, thunder in her calm. Auntie with a steering wheel, pep talk flow. 10 toes down when the headwinds blow. Big sis DJ in the hallway booth, scratching the vinyl with a needle of truth. She learned to fix engines and tender rules, to turn no entry signs into power tools. Dial up dreams on a takeaway napkin, pivot from layoff to side hustle captain. She stacks degrees made of grit and miles, credits and kindness, interest and smiles.
No crown borrowed, no script assigned. She writes the clause that includes her mind. Permission denied, she drafts appeal, signs it in backbone, stamps it real. This is for women who've been still soft. Raise whole cities with a whisper loft. From braids to ballads, slab to stage. She edits the world line by line, page by page. Say her name like a sunrise. Vow, power in present, not someday or how. If the grid goes dim and the sirens call, she reroutes the power, lights for all.
Nurse on nights with a metronome hand, stitches the skyline back to land. Coder and hoodie, shipping clean commits. Refactors the system that never quits. Chef turns winner in a simmer gold. Steam writes letters the hungry can hold. Pilot with runway still in the spine. Lawyer who cross-examines time. Professor annotates storms for chalk. Janitor queen makes marbles talk. She leads the stand-up proof and slides. Brings the receipts that the truth resides.
Who builds bridges when the road says no? Women with rope and a rooftop show. Who keeps memory when the story thins? Women with journals and violins. Who turns mourning into marching ground? Women who harmonize thunder sound.
Yeah. 8 accounts, galaxies, and spreadsheet cells. Maya plants truth where the rumor swells. Frida stitches color through fractures wide. Rosa says nah and the stars decide. Serena serves comments from baseline lines. Malala turns pencils to lifeline. But this is for Keisha, for M, for May, for Aylin who studies between 2 shifts a day. For wheelchairs rolling the ramp to the stage. Exorcist anthem, not afterthought page. For hijab's pen with the comments grace. For curls that riot, for edges that lace. For femmes, for thems, for sisters and kin. Real power's pronoun, all of us in.
This is for women who've been still soft. Raise whole cities with a whisper loft. Embrace the balance, slab the stage. She edits the world line by line, page by page. Say her name like a sunrise, I vow. Power in present, not someday or how. The grid goes dim and the sirens call. She reroutes the power, lights for all.
She budgets compassion like line item light. Calendars boundaries, sleep through the night. Says rest is resistance, joy is a plan. Heals like a river that never ran. She bargains with storms in a dialect calm. Turns broken glass into stained glass.
She passes down tools with stories attached. Not only jewels in a velvet latch. Teaches the how, not just hands a key. Plan so far it's not one money tree. Writes a will with a given clause. Built-in tables from what you cause. Scholarship funds for a neighbor's night. Emergency love with a porch light bright. She measures wealth in minutes that men. In full body laughs and her friends who sin. Text me home when the streets feel cold. A network's net that will always hold. This is for women who've been still soft. Raise whole cities with a whisper loft. From braids to ballads, slab to stage. She edits the world line by line, page by page. Say her name like a sunrise, vow. Power in present, not someday or how. If the grid goes dim and the sirens call, she reroutes the power, lights for all.
Count the wealth in the morning she makes, and lullaby echoes and policy stakes. The earth keeps scoring breath and bone. Women the credit, we all live on. Raise that mic, set that tone. No crown borrower, she brings her own. If tomorrow asks who holds the sun, say women, and the day's begun.
Neon tide on the west side grid. Chrome T-City with 1,000 bids. Blueprint focused like a tungsten blade. I signed my vow where the streets remade. G-Funk fog over canyon lanes. 808 thunder tattooing names. Menacing sins where the predator glide. When the kick hits hard, every doubt steps aside.
Hardcore West Coast for the ruthless quake. 808 punches make the sidewalk shake. Dark cinematic baseline stalk the night. Send knives carving through the velvet light. I don't fold when the skyline bends. Pressure makes polish, the polish makes sense. From curb to crown with a carpenter's hand. Iron in my lungs, diamond in my plan. I counted rain in a drought of hope. Measured the climb by a Freight Street rope. Turn lock gates in the rails and screws. Built new doors with my scar stitch truths. Low rider gospel and candy paint hymns. Oil rain halos where the neon swims. Mentos with meters that tax my grit. I paid in sweat till the debt went split. I map my fear like a coastline reef. Mark each snag with a captain's brief. Swell gets tall, I lower my stance. Breath on tempo in a bulletproof dance. I don't rent crowns from applause on lease. I meant mine slow with a welded piece. If face stacks decks with his thumb on deals, I cut that pack with a cold work steel. Snare rice chalk where the street keeps score. Kick draws lines from the stoop to the shore. If doubt sells fog in a counterfeit crown. Heat test metal, watch the fake meltdown. Hardcore West Coast, feel the ruthless quake. 808 punches make the sidewalk shake. Dark cinematic baseline stalk the night. Send knives carving through the velvet light. I don't fold when the skyline bends. Pressure makes polish, the polish makes sense. From curb to crown with a carpenter's hand. Iron in my lungs, diamond in my plan. Clock swung cheap so I broke his hands. Bent every minute till the hours withstand. Ledger of trials in the carbon black ink. Spilled a few pints but refused to sink. Family flame like a lighthouse stare. Cuts through fog when the world ain't fair. If the sirens sing I don't lose pace. I tune my post to the kicks embrace. Circle stays tight like a pressure set ring. Only the loyal hear that ping. Trust is a vault with a triple code spine. Miss one digit and you're out the line. Quiet ambition is a steel latch safe. I don't give rent to a tenant named hate. I farm my calm like a hillside vine. Patience and grind in the gold thread twine. Let the sin draw fangs on tinted glass. Let the kick write laws, pretenders can't pass. If the night wants dues, I didn't agree. I bill it interest in late night fees. I'm the beat that survived 1,000 skips. Needle kept jumping, I strengthened my grip. Now the wax roll smooth on a westbound arc. Lavender dusk on a gold thread spark. From thrift store coach to tailored intent. From wait your turn to we sign the rent. Paper was scarce but the wheel ran deep. We bought our future with labor and sleep. I chart my piece like a pilot's map. Crosswinds mark where the doubts clap back. Throttled by breath, altitude by nerve. Storms make sailors, not docks that swerve. No thunder sold, I can't command. No worth leased to a borrowed brand. My name's a warranty forged in heat. Lifetime coverage on every beat. Hardcore West Coast feel the ruthless quake. 808 punches make the sidewalk shake. Dark cinematic baseline stalk the night. Send knives carving through the velvet light. I don't fold when the skyline bends. Pressure makes polish, the polish makes sense. From curb to crown with a carpenter's hand. Iron in my lungs, diamond in my plan. Kids at the window of a dawn soft room. Watch me braid hope on a torque tight loom. Legacy ink on a calendar spine. Every box honest, every deadline fine. Friends turn fog when the grade got steep. Kept a few oaks with the roots cut deep. We raise steel beams in a quiet parade. Let trends keep score, we lift the grade. Rear view ghosts try to hook my name. I change that lane with a surgeon's aim. No mirror rage, no exhaust fed fuel. Just cruise control, purpose and gratitude. When the red sun pours in the ocean glass, I count my miles by the courage of mass. No shortcut crowns, just nail and roof. No gilded lies, only pressure proof. If tomorrow asks what I bring to fight, I'll say backbone, breath and light. Hardcore heart with a time lock brand. West Coast Post, iron in the hand. Neon fog over Palisades and palms. Chrome lace night where the city keeps calm. Blueprint mind with a jagged edge draw. I turn lock grids into liberated law. Moonlight drips off murals and tags. Radio growl from the trunk and rags. Men to see scenes like wolves in the ring. When the 808s punch, even angels sting. Hardcore West Coast, it's the 808 punch. punches. Dog G-Funk baseline breaking guardrail hunches. Misses and daggers cut through the smoke. Street warfare drums when the snare line spoke. I came up count seconds on a busted clock, so I learned to be the minute hand push through shot. Every closed door taught me carpentry quick. I built a new entrance with a verse and a brick. Curbside mentors and thrifted suits said guard your spirit, let the craft bear fruit. So I guard in pain till it sprouted gold. Saved each bar like a winner I sold. Hunger was currency, grit was the bank. I withdrew focus when the self-doubt sank. Polished my voice like a chrome hubcap. Now lanes reflect when I steer this map. I don't chase clout, clout chases proof. Proof chases sweat, sweat raises the roof. You can hear my oath in the kick drums vow. Run your roof steady, take the moment now. Hardcore West Coast with 808 punches. Dog G-Funk baseline breaking guardrail hunches. Misses and daggers cut through the smoke. Street warfare drums when the snare line spoke. I don't flinch when the boulevard shakes. Pressure makes polish, I file my mistakes. From curb to the skyline, I climb with a plan. Iron in the lungs, diamond in the hand. Clocked in nights where the pay was a dream. Pin my faith to a well-oiled scheme. Study the silence, it tells the truth. Loud men will, quiet ones grow proof. Soldiers of doubt try to camp on my lane. I taxed them time and repossessed the game. When envy pulled up in a counterfeit crown, I checked the hallmark 10 miles down. Family first, that lighthouse flame guides me home when the world plays games. If the waves get tall, I surf with stance. Knees bend low in the bulletproof dance. Hillside echo wrote my surname twice. Signed by the wind with a bar of ice. I heat that steel in the chorus of light. Forge each link to the chain, rise right. Every lost taught math I needed. Subtract excuses, watch goals get seated. Add small wins, compound the wheel. Multiply, calm, divide the chill. Let the scent draw shadow on tempered glass. Let the 808 breathe like a race, spread bass. If the clock talks tough, I break that hand. Been the minutes till the hours expand. I'm the beat that survived 1,000 skips. Needle kept jumping, but I tightened my grip. Now the wax spins smooth like a west side glide. Low rider truth with a dignified pride. I don't sell storms I can't steer through. I don't rent rooms in the heart untrue. Respect is rent that you pay on time, with action receipts and a clean spine. Mentors with meters and parking lot lamps. Blueprints drawn in the midnight camps. I took that grid and I rewired fuses. Now on my circus, reject old bruises. Galvanized soul with a rust-proof core. I scrubbed off shame at the honesty door. I guard my peace like a vault of light. Letting the loyal keep snakes outside. When the gate stayed locked, I built my own. When the path ran out, I paved that stone. If the pass through hooks, I rolled and learned. Now future salute when my name gets turned. Hardcore West Coast, ruthless 808 punches. Dog G-Funk baseline breaking guardrail hunches. Menacing sent daggers cut through the smoke. Street warfare drums when the snare line spoke. I don't flinch when the boulevard shakes. Pressure makes polish, I file my mistakes. From curb to the skyline, I climb with a plan. Iron in the lungs, diamond in the hand. See my kids in the window, made it dawn. Every step I take puts a letter in their song. Legacy ink on a paper called time. We bind those pages with purpose and spine. Friends went fog when the climb got steep. The few that stayed, yeah, we sowed and reap. Hands like cranes, lift dreams and steel. Heart like a governor keeps talk real. I'm at my fear, then I drove that route. So every dead end punched through, no doubt. Not with a fist, but a law I wrote. Build more bridges than boats afloat. Even when night tries to auction my hope, I buy it back with a calm tightrope. Walk that line over rumors and smoke. Touchdown clean where the future spoke. Under the glow of a boulevard cross, I type my craft, pay respect to loss. Then I collect what the grind grew. A throne of work, not a throne of views. When the red sun spills in the ocean glass, I count my miles by the courage of mass. No cheap crown, just function and proof. No shortcut turns, just nail and roof. If tomorrow asks what I brought to fight, I'll say backbone, breath, and light. Hardcore heart with a time-proof brand. West Coast Post, iron in the hand. Yeah.
Neon steam climbs from the canyon lanes. Chrome veins hum where the night remains. Blueprint focus with a tungsten wheel. I etch my oath on a guardrail sill. G-Funk ghosts in a Cadillac glide. Ruthless 808s put a quake in the ride. Menaces, real straw teeth in the haze. Street turns orchestra, I'm conducting the blade. Hardcore West Coast make the ass asphalt kneel. Ruthless 808 punches, every hit feels real. Dark cinematic bassline, stalking bite. Scent blaze carving up the velvet night. I don't blink when the skyline sways. Pressure makes pilots, I bank those days. From curb to the crown with a craftsman's plan. Iron in my chest, diamond in my hand. I learned math in the drought, add grit, cut loss. Turn nails to invoices, send faith to cause. Every locked door became lumber and nails. I framed new routes with indestructible rails. Low rider doctrine, move calm, move right. Let patience set tempo, let method light night. Map each fear like reefs on a chart. Sail that channel with a tempered heart. Sirens tick time on the metronome scene. Oil rain, halos in the gasoline gleam. I sign my vow where the kick drum booms. Hold your line steady, let legacy bloom. Cloud is a leash I refuse to wear. Respect is a vault with a triple lock there. If fate rigs decks with a thumb on the deal, I split the pack with a cold work steel. Quiet ambition in the pressure proof safe. Doubt knocks soft, I don't loan its space. If envy shows up with a 10 made crown, we heat test metal, watch cheap melt down. Hear the snare, draw chalk on the night. See the bass lay lanes of light. If the dark wants tax from my breath, I bill it interest and charge for the steps. Hardcore West Coast, make the asphalt kneel. Ruthless 808 punches, every hit feels real. Dark cinematic bassline, stalking bite. Send blades carving up the velvet night. I don't blink when the skyline sways. Pressure makes polish, I bank those days. From curb to the crown with a craftsman's plan. Iron in my chest, diamond in my hand. Yeah. Clock fought dirty, so I broke its hand. Bent each minute till the hours would stand. Ledger of trials with receipts and names. Spilled a few pints but refused to sing. Family flame like a lighthouse beam. Guides me home through salt cut dreams. If waves climb high, I lower my stance. Breathe through the storm, let balance advance. Mentors with meters and parking lot lamps. Blueprints scribbled in midnight camps. We bartered wisdom for stubborn results. Solve cold problems to patterns dissolve. Circle stays tight like a pressure set ring. Only the loyal can hear that ping. Trust is a safe with a code you earn. Miss one digit, feel that turn. Hustle move silent like cats on a rail. No symbol crash when the phrase don't fail. I tune my grind like a race built game. Compound gains, bam after bang. Let the scent draw fangs on the tinted paint. Let the kick write laws that outlast fame. If the night sells fear at a borrowed rate, I repossess crowns, I sweat to create. I'm the beat that survived 1,000 skips. Needle kept jumping, I tightened my grips. Now wax runs smooth on a Westwood art. Lavender dusk over gold plated spark. From thrift store jackets to tailored intent. From wait your turn to we sign the rent. Paper was thin but the wheels stayed thick. We riveted futures with a craftsman's pick. I chart my piece like a pilot's course. Mark crosswinds where doubts enforce. Throttle by breath, altitude by cone. Storms make sailors, not docks, not songs. No thunder sold, I can't command. No worth leased to a borrowed brand. My name's a warranty forged in heat. Lifetime coverage on every repeat. Street light marrow in the backbone spine. I carry my hourglass, guard my time. When hillside glass echoes my claim, it's just the city spelling my name. Yeah, hardcore West Coast, make the asphalt kneel. Ruthless 808 punches, every hit feels real. Dark cinematic bassline, stalking by. Scent blades carving up the velvet night. I don't blink when the skyline sways. Pressure makes polish, I bank those days. From curb to the crown with a craftsman's plan. Iron in my chest, diamond in my hand. Kids at the window of a dawn soft room. Watch me braid hope on a torque tight loom. Legacy ink on a calendar spine. Boxes checked, honest deadlines in line. Friends turn fog when the grade got steep. Kept a few oaks with roots cut deep. We raised steel beams in the quiet parade. Let trends keep score, our pillars get laid. I plan in girders and riveted rail. Smoke scarred knuckles on polished tails. I purchase glory with discipline's flame. When the red sun pours in the ocean glass, I count my miles by the grid of mass. No shortcut crowns, just nailing roof.
No gilded lies, only tested proof. If tomorrow asks what I bring to fight, I'll say backbone, breath and light. Hardcore hard with a time lock brand. West Coast post, line in the hand. I might. Neon hum on a roadside cross, motel carpet, counting loss. Bible drawer open like a witness stand. Lipstick verse on my shaking hand. Mirror says name it, shadow says hide. Truth is a locksmith, pride is a tide. I lay my receipts on a Gideon sheet. Ink runs honest where the heartbeats meet. 7 little echoes in a Sunday suit. Spin round the table while I stash the proof. If sin is a ledger and the debt feels tight, stamp it with grace, pay cash and light. I'm not my fault, I'm the vow I keep. Planting new roots where the thorns run deep. Turn on the lamp, let the wolves lose shape. I won't wear shackles, I learned to break. Pride wore mirrors like medals on cloth. Crown so loud it could drown my broth. Talk like a king to a starving crew. Ask for the bow when the knot would do. I learned that iron makes a softer ring. When it bends to serving, lifts a wing. Knees to the ground, didn't shrink my height. And measure my strength by the weight I'll fight. And be so tickets to somebody's stage. Fed me a diet of scroll-fed rage. Why not me in a loop all night? Blind to the field where my seeds need light. Bless their bloom, water mine. Harvest comes at a patient time. Some gold murmurs not always shines. Quiet wealth grows in stubborn lines. Confession's a key in a rusted lock. Click, turn, swing, let the burden drop. Shame's a rumor that the past repeats. Truth is a drum line under my feet. 7 little echoes in a Sunday suit. Spin round the table while I stash the proof. Sin is a ledger and the debt feels tight. Stamp it with grace, pay cash and light. I'm not my fault, I'm the vow I keep. Planting new roots where the thorns run deep. Turn on the lamp, let the wolves lose shape. I won't wear shackles, I learned to wrath count slides with a cold black pen. Stacks them like debts to collect again. Tongue as a match on a gasoline day. Bridges melt down what the hands can't say. But anger can shepherd if used is wise. Aiming that system's not someone's eyes. Forge it to focus, temper the blade. Cut through the lie without scorning the maid. Sell through this a velvet, sweet talking chair. Whispering tomorrow in perfumed air. Dreams on layaway, goals on mute. Netflix sermons, seedless fruit. So I set alarms in the bones I hide. Put time to work on a humble side. Inches to effort, effort to run. One faithful minute is 1,001. Sing top candles mark a runway glow. Tear saw maps where the secrets go. If grace is voltage I can't afford, I borrow a spark from a neighbor's cord. Greed shakes hands with a smiling thief. Says more is medicine, sells you grief. I counted blessings like coins to hoard. Till love looked priced and mercy scored. Open the fist and the math turns strange. Half of my plenty makes whole lives change. Rivers bless valleys by letting go. A closed hand dam never learns to flow. Gluttony isn't just plates and pies. It's doomsroll dinners and click-fed highs. Stuffing the silence with noise and glare. Numb on attention, we rent from air. I fast from frenzy, taste was real. Savor a minute as a sacred meal. Salt of the word on a steady tongue. Hunger made holy is the oldest song. Well, 7 little echoes in a Sunday suit. Spin round the table while I stash the proof. If sin is a ledger and the debt feels tight, stamp it with grace, pay cash and light. I'm not my fault, I'm the vow I keep. Planting new roots where the thorns run deep. Turn on the lamp, let the wolves lose shape. I won't wear shackles, I learned to break. Dust sells thunder for a rented room. Sparks like noon that returns to gloom. Promises touch with a counterfeit crest. Leaves love evicted and the soul undressed. But bodies can worship if vows are true. Constant the compass that points us through. Call you by name, not the shape you wear. Hold not harvest, presence not snare. After the stumble and after the slip, I rinse my heart at a mercy drip. Name what I am, not the worst I've done. Now you learn slowly how to turn the sun. 7 little echoes in a Sunday suit. Spin round the table while I stash the proof. If sin is a ledger and the debt feels tight, stamp it with grace, pay cash and light. I'm not my fault, I'm the vow I keep. Planting new roots where the thorns run deep. Turn on the lamp, let the wolves lose shape. I won't wear shackles, I learned to break. Neon stutters like a rosary bead. I breathe in courage, exhale need. Kill the lamb, lift the blind. Let clean daylight edge my mind. If grace is water and truth the road, I'll carry both till I lighten the load. Sin's map where I've been, not where I am. I walk out free and I sign it.
free and I sign it.
Rain dots Morse on the precinct glass. Scanner snow hisses, minute bypass. Badge like a mirror, oath like a hymn. Blue light halos on the night run thin. Grandma's window hums a whisper song. Dispatch codes try mapping calm. Boots kiss puddles, radios buzz. Who keeps covenant, who just does? Yeah, blue light spin and the city holds tight. Piece of pressure in the jaw of night. If law is a promise, write it clear. Protect the people more than the gear. Hands up truth, hands down rage. Guard all rights on every stage. Build that trust, don't cut that thread. Serve the living, honor the dead. Graveyard briefing, coffee that bites. Paperwork peaks and sleepless nights. Some wore the badge for a mentor's hand. Some for a pension, some for the brand. Body cam blinking like a restless eye. Policy binders, tower sky high. Door crack opens, voices collide. Pick the wrong tone and hope can slide. Powers of voltage, grounded, breathe. Led with the questions you mean to weave. What's your name? Who's hurt? What's near? De-escalation is armor, not fear. If fear's the fuse and pride's the spark, train the hand that holds the dark. Culture still beneath the ink. Change the reflex, change the link. Blue light spin and the city holds tight. Piece of pressure in the jaw of night. If law is a promise, write it clear. Protect the people more than the gear. Hands up truth, hands down rage. Guard our rights on every stage. Build that trust, don't cut that thread. Serve the living, honor the dead. Walk beats back, no names, no stores. Learn the barber's hours, the schoolyard doors. Coach the league when the summer runs hot. Shake the hand, wear a room of knots. Mental health calls need care, not cuffs. Medics and counselors, skillful stuff. Publish your numbers, daylight the file. Discipline real, not winking a smile. Whistle for wrong, shield the right. Good cops shine when bad loses sight. Budget with people, audits allowed. Power grows humble in front of a crowd. What's a shield when trust runs thin? Response, truth with receipts and courage within. Where does safety start for real? Respawn, policy bones, and the practice field. How do we mend what history tore? Train reform, and listen more. I've seen an officer kneel to tie a child's loose lace while buses fly. I filmed to stop that vid off script. Heard whole blocks grown when the promise slipped. Accountability isn't hate, it's there. Bread for the oath to be just and fair. Trust is a credit you earn, not own. Paid by restraint when tempers have grown. Community cameras aren't your foe. The lighthouse beams that help us row. Get it right, choruses rise. Get it wrong, sirens baptize. Yeah. Blue light spin and the city holds tight. Piece of pressure in the jaw of night. If law is a promise, write it clear. Protect the people more than the gear. Hands up truth, hands down rage. Guard our rights on every stage. Build that trust, don't cut that thread. Serve the living, honor the dead. Recruit for character, screen for bias. Stress test judgment where stakes run highest. Role play heat till calm feels true. Measure restraint like heroes do. Rotate beats so blinders fade. Pair crisis teams when calls get made. Union for safety, not for shields that bury facts, the footage yields. Promote the sergeants who cool the blaze. Reward decisions that save more days. Rex in the council, chairs in the ring. Plain language rights the neighbors bring. Participatory budgets, lines and light. Make every dollar a counter sight. Teach the kids how power flows. Ask better questions than yes and no's. Officer signs the same small print. Respect is currency stamped in flint. Blue light spin and the city holds tight. Piece of pressure in the jaw of night. If law is a promise, write it clear. Protect the people more than the gear. Hands up truth, hands down rage. Guard our rights on every stage. Build that trust, don't cut that thread. Serve the living, honor the dead. Don't wipe sirens from the window's face. Street sweep hums through a sleepless case. If justice is blind, let mercy steer. Ask the question that draws us near. What keeps you safe? What makes you whole? Write that answer on badge and soul. When law means love in the public square, that's the uniform every heart can wear.
That's the uniform every heart can wear.